Yo, you're now in tune with the Lord Says special on Shade 45. Hey.
We just left McDonald's.
All right. And they say Shade 45 to live
Yeah, we here.
with the artists.
We here.
That? Let them know.
That was K Valentine, man, from Chicago, Chi-Town. Yeah, shout out to K Valentine. Wow. You know, she's been rolling around with Javoti Media. We're about to roll out her album called Here for a Reason in January. We're on tour.
Okay.
Go to my website. I have a new album. That's the Javoti Media compilation.
Okay.
I have several things in the works. My next album that I'm dropping will be with Styles P. This is the first time I've said this on radio, so you're getting the exclusive too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it now because we got a tour. The album's called The 7. We got a tour, The 7 Tour. You can buy tickets right now for The 7 Tour.
And what's the website they can go?
They can go talibkweli.com. Should have links to where you can buy the tickets. But, just Google, The 7 Tour, Talib Kweli, Styles P to see which city that you're in. But, yeah, definitely on my website, talibkweli.com, which is a different website than Kweli Club. talibkweli.com is my artist site where you get the artist information. Kweli Club is the store. But K Valentine, I say that to say that K Valentine will be on that tour with us, opening up every night for me and Styles P.
Now, your A&R, you do your own A&R, like
yeah, man.
And no one else, it's
the crew. But there's people whose ears I respect. Like, for instance, I was at Q-Tip house last night. Shout out to Q-Tip.
All right.
And he was giving me notes on my new album, my new solo album. So Q-Tip gave me a lot of A&R notes, made me go back to the drawing board last night.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Tip, man. God bless him, man. Album's incredible, number one.
Yeah, man. I'm got to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm as you know where we come from. That's a dream come true.
Yeah. And you was on the Love Movement, right?
No, I was on the new album.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you was on the Love Movement.
No, I'm not. This is my first foray into being on a Tropical Quest. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Wait, let's take one phone call or two.
Yeah, and we should listen to that record too, man. I know y'all said only a couple. We should listen to that new Tribe that I'm on too. That Killing Season.
Y'all got pull that up.
Y'all got some calls though?
Yeah, we got.
What's up? Holla at me. Who's calling?
Hello,
Spandy. Who's this calling me?
Hello. Yeah, who's this, man?
It's Spinelli from B-More.
Spinelli was good.
Bodymore.
What's good, man? Listen, Talib, like lyrically, man, you one of the best that ever done it out there, man.
Oh, thank you, brother.
And there's still dudes out there looking for lyricism, like all that craziness that's out here now. So just keep doing what you're doing, man.
No doubt.
Look, this is what I wanted to ask you, man. Do you think you can get a public something with Jada and Fab, man?
With Jada and Fab, you want a song with me and Jada and Fab? All right, well, listen, I'll do like this. I'll tell you like this. If you go to QualiClub.com, that's my website, right? My store. Go to the music section, right? Go to the free music section. I got a section where you can buy music, and I got a free music section. In the free music section, I got my collection of mixtapes. I've done a lot of mixtapes that people don't know about. But one mixtape I'm very particularly proud of is The Beautiful Struggle Part 1 mixtape. There's a song on it over Gangstar Take It Personal. It's me, Fab, and Paul Kane going back and forth.
Yeah.
So go download that, and I got one half of your request done already, me and Fab, all right? But as far as Jadakiss, me and Styles P got this new album coming out. When I leave here, I'm about to text Kiss and see if he can hop on the new album, me and Styles P. And maybe with those, ask Fab to hop on that too. That's a good idea. That'll be a New York, you know what I'm saying, classic New York record.
You hand is exclusive, right? So they know, man. Goddamn.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Big T, what up?
What up, though, Lord? You sound sober today, bro. What's going on?
Hey, he's sober, and they took down the naked booty pictures.
Yeah, they took down the pictures.
He got the God in the building with him right now. Talib, what's the word, baby?
What's good? It's Big T.
Man, everything is good in Grand Rapids, Michigan, man. You didn't touch down in my city a couple of times.
Okay, I'm gonna be at St. Andrews. Now I know that's a little bit of ways from Grand Rapids, but I'm gonna be at St. Andrews in the D for the 7 tour with K Valentine and Styles P in January. Look it up on the website. I'm not sure the date, but come holler at us.
Definitely might pop my head in that. But my question for you is, I actually got two, and if it's all right with Lord Sear, this is his show. I got to respect that.
Let's
I do have two.
Take your time. Hurry up. Take your time.
Listen,
Hurry up. Take your time.
My first question is, who in the industry have you worked with that you was like, man, this going to be dope? And then they turned out to be not so dope, not so on your level. Who was that person?
I don't know. I hesitate to throw people on the bus and under the bus, and I'm not even sure if I had that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm like, oh, this person, because most people, I vet people before I work with them. You know what I'm saying? Got to do my research and do my Googles and see. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they on the level.
We got Jeremy in Houston. Jeremy.
Yeah, what's going on?
Ace time.
Hey, Kweli, man, I was at a alley cat the other day with my boy King Henry, and I seen you over there DJing. Man.
I had a good time at that party. I was turned.
Yeah, man, I had a great time too. And when you was rapping, man, all them young kids didn't know your records, but I'm in the background just yelling out the lyrics.
That's okay. I played that little Yachty and drum for them.
Right. Yeah, my question for you was, what artists have you worked with that has blown you away?
Okay, this is like the opposite of the last question. He said, "What artists you work with that suck?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What artists you work with that has blown you away?" I'm gonna tell you artists that I work with that's blown me away. DJ Quick.
Wow.
Shout out to DJ Quick. He's one of the most consummate producers I ever worked with. He pushed me in the vocal booth. I learned a lot about myself as an artist working with him. He brought a bag of like African instruments into the studio, like shakers and little things and little things. Yeah, like when you listen to a Quick track and you hear them noises, you think it's a computer or keyboard shit.
Yeah.
Now some of that is organic. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of the most passionate artists I ever worked with. We did like 3-4 records. I think 3 of them came out over different projects, and I got a lot of love for DJ Quick.
Another question, like before the record thing. No, I remember the last time we spoke a while ago. Bitcoins. Are you still using Bitcoins?
Nah. I mean, is Bitcoin still a thing? He still got it?
I don't know because I don't remember the last time.
I got trolled by a lot of internet nerds who felt like Bitcoin was a revolution.
Yeah.
So I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I put my the Indie 500 album was available with Bitcoin. And you know what? The next thing I dropped for sale, hey man, if Bitcoin is still a thing, I'm gonna have it because I get all the money. I'm trying not to leave no money on the table. But the idea, a lot of these Bitcoin fans is people who think that class is the only struggle that we should be dealing with. And if people just use the same currency, they think that if we just, revolutionize the currency and just deal with class, that all the world's problems will be solved. But they don't realize that, look, the top 1% is 96% white. That's on purpose. That's by design. That's not what a coinky-dink. That's we making sure that only white people get to have money and land. That's on purpose. So if the top 1% is 96% white, yeah, class oppression is an issue, but it's not the only issue. You know what I'm saying? At all. It can't be the only issue if only the white people get to be rich. You know what I'm saying?
Talib Kweli, we be director of videos.
Do I? Nah, not yet. I have a director's mind. And you know what? I've ghost directed videos, but there's nothing that's got my name on it. You know what I'm saying?
Like produce like what would be your video director's name if you had like a video like the TB like a Talib, like I don't know.
I'd be Big X.
Big X,
because you already got Little X.
Yeah,
I'm Big X.
Ah, okay, all right, that's what's up, man. Now, this album, it's been a long time. You have Ill production. You have Nods. You have Jay Dilla.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the All for People.
Yes.
Yeah, this. It's like this. I mean, but what's funny is that this is just the Ill producers, the Jay Dilla, the Nas, the High Tech.
Yeah,
this is my norm. This is my regular everyday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I love to bring people into my world. I'm blessed, man. I'm really, really blessed in this music because my collaborators and the people who I work with are some of the best of the business. And sometimes I'm just in my house, like, man, just sitting around with all this dopeness around me. I don't get to share it because you gotta be strategic with how you release music. And there's so much music coming out every day. So much dope music coming out. Shout out to Tropical Quest. Shout out to Rhapsody. Just dropped something hot. Common. Like people are dropping incredible music, and I'm not even getting Solange. I'm not even getting a chance to ingest it all, and it's just so hard to get the people to pay attention. There's 800 cable channels. You could go on somebody's SoundCloud. You don't have to go through the industry. There's no filter. You could just be on the internet all day looking for music. So why should anybody pay attention to Talib Kweli? It's my job to make the music as engaging as possible, and I'm glad that I get to work with the Knots, and rest in peace to Jay Dilla and High Tech, and thanks Joey, who's a younger, newer producer who's responsible for a lot of the stuff on this new record. Shout out to him too.
Whether it be a High Tech and Talib Kweli album.
I feel like the High Tech and Kweli album, we've done two. I feel like it's gonna be a trilogy. I feel like Reflection Eternal at the end of the day is gonna be a trilogy. Me and High Tech have talked about it. We've over the last year we've been in and out the studio hanging out. We haven't recorded anything that we've been willing to put out. But that's that dude, man. High Tech is that dude, man. He's my favorite producer. He's if it wasn't for High Tech, I would not be here doing what I'm doing. His beats elevated me and gave me a platform to where people could hear me. I was rapping real good. I was, like you said, you was around. You knew me before High Tech.
Of course.
Like when you knew me when I was first developing my style. But I'm gonna tell you when I got noticed. When I did the Lyricist Lounge at SOBs that Q-Tip hosted, and I showed up and Rod Digger performed and Young Z performed, and I showed up and I performed 3 songs. You could do 3 songs in the lounge. I did 3 songs over High Tech beats. That was the first time people was like, "You nice." Like, what was that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
As the SOBs is like, back then it was like, this motherfucker gonna be nice.
Yeah, so it's like people always respected me as being nice, but it was like till then I was John Forte man. That's John Forte man who got some bars. And so when I came with the High Tech beats, then I came into my own. Shout out to John Forte too.
Did you ever want to have an alias? Like, everybody has their little aliases, like and a rap name, but like
Gentleman Sav.
Gentleman Sav. It sounds like a liquor.
Gentleman Sav. Gentleman Sav. Phil the Agony gave me that name. Because he said, people think you a gentleman, but you were really a savage. So your name is Gentleman Sav.
Will be a Talib Kweli movie. Not a movie, but like, if...
Actually working on my documentary. That's exciting. It's been 10 years in the making. That's coming out. But I'm a movie buff. I know a lot about movies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm into films.
I'm into blaxploitation. I love old.
Yeah. Our blaxploitation is, we born into that era.
Yes.
We as children of blaxploitation. So I'm born 75. So
okay.
So the kids who were born in that era, when we grew up and we tried to copy. No, not me. I was doing the Black Star thing, but I'm talking about hip hop.
Yeah.
Try to copy the blaxploitation era, like Puffy ushered in like the Pimps and Players era. Like we was trying to be our parents. We was sampling music from the blaxploitation movies.
Exactly, and it was being played in the house and the movies.
We tried to emulate what we grew up on, just like the new generation. Newer generation like Drake and them, like they rap over like old Aaliyah beats, because that's what was in the house when they was growing up. And they try to bring that era back. So you're gonna emulate what was in the house when you was growing up. When you know what I'm saying, you're gonna do your own version of it.
When you recorded your first record, like rap record, how did you feel? Especially going back to the hood, and the hood heard it.
When I recorded my first like demo tape
was just like demo, but then like everyone heard it.
Oh, the first thing I did that everyone heard.
Yes.
First thing I did that everyone heard was Fortify Live. And I remember the first time Fortify Live got on the radio.
We used to rock that, man.
Yeah, the first time Fortify Live was Mr. Man and me and Mos Def High Tech did the beat. DJ Clue had a show on Hot 97, and people used to play his, DJ Clue, the Cluminati, and Joe Buttons and Fab be up there freestyling all the time. And Jay-Z had come through, and Clue was playing beats for people to rap to. There's a bunch of rapping. I don't remember who else was there. I remember Jay-Z would come through, and he threw on Fortify Live, and the kid was rapping to it, and was like, I don't really like this. And it was the first time I heard my record on the radio, even though it wasn't me. Kid rapping was like, I don't really like this beat. Jay-Z was like, nah. That other beat, put that beat back on. The Fortify Live. So I was listening to Hot 97 like, Jay-Z like that. You know what I'm saying? So the first time I heard Fortify Live on the radio, Jay-Z was rapping on it.
Wow. That's ill. Ill. And the Rawkus deal and all that.
Rawkus was...
the Rawkus, yeah.
Rawkus, okay, I used to hang out at Makeba Mooncycle crib. You know Makeba Mooncycle?
Sounds familiar, man.
Makeba Mooncycle was like, she used to roll with MC Lyte. Used to roll with X-Clan. She was on the MC Lyte album that Roughneck was on. But her roommate at the time was Prodigal Son from Sons of Man. Right? So I used to hang out with the gods. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hanging out with Prodigal Son. Shout out Prodigal Son, Killer Priest, Hellraiser, 60-Second Assassin. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shabar Allah, Allah's son, rest in peace. Old Dirty used to come through a lot. 7 Universal Cats used to come through. RZA used to come through a little bit back in the day. But John Forte, is he used to roll with that crew, Shabar Allah in particular, John Forte 5%. And that was my rap partner back then. We used to be at Makiba's crib. John Forte also went to Exeter, and he met a lot of kids, rich white kids with money. And so he knew Jared and Brian. They were Brown students, Brown University students. Forte was also making his moves in the industry while we were in high school. He brought Jared and Brian to Makiba Mooncycle's house on Park Place and Franklin Avenue. You know what I'm saying? In Crown Heights.
Yeah.
And they listened to all of us rap for hours, smoking blunts, drinking 40s. And that was before Rawkus even ever came out with a record. They had a rock group named Plastique, and they were doing like early like junglist records. You know what I'm saying? Like they were trying to find their footing. Forte was their A&R. So he was like all these rappers from Brooklyn. That day they signed 7 Universal and Population Click, which later became the Rose Family. Right?
Remember the Rose Family? Remember the stickers? Yeah.
This is the Rose Family. What I'm telling you is the early incarnation of the Rose Family. You know what I'm saying? This is before they was called the Rose Family. So Rawkus, their first records was Population Click, 7 Universal. That didn't work. They tried the Rose Family thing. Then after the Rose Family, they linked with Official Recordings, LP and them, Company Flow. Then they linked with Kool Keith and Sir Menelik and them. And that's when they started gaining traction. By that time, Forte,
Company Flow blew them up.
Yeah, Forte had moved on to working with the Fuji crew. So Forte really set up the early Rawkus roster. Right, then he moved on. Then they had Company Flow. Then they had Sir Menelik and Shabam Sadiq. Right. Then they got Mos Def. After they got Mos Def, Mos came to me like, I'm putting out my record with Rawkus. I was like, Rawkus? Them white boys who came to the house like 2-3 years ago, they still doing stuff?
Yeah.
Mos was like, they gave me $5,000. I said, they gave you what? I had never seen $5,000. They gave you what?
Yeah, back then I was like, what?
What?
80,000.
Right. He was like, yo, you should go see Rawkus. They give you money. And I'm like, them 2 white boys who came to the hood back then, they giving out money? Because I knew they signed 7 Universal and Population Click, but I didn't know how much money. Back then, $5,000 was a lot of money to me. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got a meeting with them. And they said, we'll put you out, but that song you had with Mos Def, because I played them a bunch of songs that I wanted to put out, but like the one you have with Mos Def, that's what we want to put out, the Fortify Live. To me, in my mind, I'm like, I want that to be like my 3rd single. Because as an MC, I didn't want people to think I was relying on my connection with Mos Def. But they were like, let's drop that. And God blessed them for that, because it created a synergy, and people were able to, I was able to perform with Mos all the time, because I had a record with him. So it really set up my career.
Talib Kweli, thank you for coming through, my brother.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure,
man. But wait, we got to get you on, we got the Tribe album here.
Yeah.
So let them know which one the joint you want on the Tribe album.